Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all safe and healthy. So today I'm back at the 1 showroom to take a look at the 2022 model of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and in this video I'll let you know everything about the Cullinan, from its exterior design to the interior design and some of its features. So do watch till the end. One more thing I wanted to say before we go ahead with the video is that I wanted to give a big thanks to 1 for allowing me to come here and make the video with the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and to show my appreciation I want you guys, the viewers, to go ahead and follow them on their Instagram page. The link will be in the description below. They do have quite a really nice collection. As you can see, we're currently behind me is the Cullinan and right beside it is the new Phantom. So they do have a really nice premium collection. Be sure to check them out. And if you're watching this video from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, I'll be leaving the location link to their showroom down below as well. So you can come here and check out the collection that they have, and there might be something that you might like and you can buy it, of course. And if you're new to my channel, guys, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well, and do turn on your bell notification so that you will be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And now let's take a look at the Cullinan. Alright guys, so here it is, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, the 2022 model. Before we go ahead and talk about anything, let's unlock the car, and here's the key. So it's the standard Rolls-Royce key, but the back of the key is leather, and it is color matched to the leather that we have on the interior and as well as the coach line that you can see on the side. So it is color matched, and I do like this attention to detail that Rolls-Royce does, so that is pretty nice. And to unlock the car, you have to press this triangle button right over here, and you can see the car unlocks and the spirit of ecstasy rises from inside. So now that we have unlocked the car, let's talk a bit about the Cullinan. And first I'll tell you where the name comes from. As we know that in the Rolls-Royce lineup, the Phantom and the Ghost, they are named after like the ghostly things, paranormal stuff. But obviously the Cullinan name is not something related to that stuff. So Rolls-Royce say they have taken the Cullinan name from the world's largest diamond. It is something like 3000 carat. I don't understand it that well, but it is, I think, something around 3500 carat or something like that. But it is the world's largest diamond. So since the Cullinan is the largest vehicle in the Rolls-Royce lineup, that's why they have given that name, the Cullinan. So now that's out of the way, let's talk about the design. So as you come to the front, you can see it's instantly recognizable as a Rolls-Royce. You have the familiar grille, the headlights, all sort of tied up with the Phantom and the Ghost. But my favorite front end design among all the Rolls-Royce is the new Ghost. I do like the front design of it a lot, but this is like, it was launched in 2019, so this is kind of like the older design. Most probably when they bring out the new generation or the second generation of the Cullinan, they'll change up the design. But for now, you have this design, and I think it's okay. It's not too bad. At least it's better than the first generation Bentayga. Then you can see we have the Spirit of Ecstasy, and you have 4 types of Spirit of Ecstasy that you can get. You have this one, then you have something called a Halo Spirit of Ecstasy, which has a light underneath over here, and it lights up or shines up the Spirit of Ecstasy from underneath. Then you have a solid silver one, then you have a gold plated one, and you also have a carbon fiber one as well. Then moving down to the grille, we have the Rolls-Royce badge, and this is stainless steel. It's not chrome plated plastics like other cars. And here also on the grille slats you can hear the metallic, I hope you can hear the metallic chime over here. So it is real metal. I do like that a lot. Then we have the front camera along with your night vision camera as well. Then moving on from the grille, we have the headlights. So these are obviously full LED headlights, and you can see how they look when they're turned on. You have the LED DRL up top and your indicator at the bottom, and you can see how the indicator is something like a soft diffuse light. I just think it looks really nice. Other than the standard LED bulbs which have that individual LEDs in them, this just looks a lot better. And you can see we have the hidden Rolls-Royce logo inside, and overall the headlight design is quite good. But again, I do like the design of the Ghost a lot more. Then moving down from the headlights, we have some real vents which obviously help for airflow to the radiators. Then down below you can see we have some chrome plated plastic right over here along with some more plastic trim, but you have real vents again that lead to the radiator. Then in the center you can see we have the huge radar sensor along with your grills on the side, and obviously the radar sensor is there for your cruise control and safety systems. And then you have the same style of vents on the other side as well. So overall, the front design of the Cullinan is really nice, and it's instantly recognizable as a Rolls-Royce, and I do like it a lot. Then let's move on to the side, and as we move on to the side, I'll also show you the paint. So this is a metallic black. I hope you can see the flakes in it. For some reason it doesn't show up, but it does have metallic flakes in them. I don't know the exact name of this color. It is black, I know that much only because you do have a lot of options in Rolls-Royce. You have quite a bit of blacks as well, so I don't know the exact name. And then this model over here has this double coach line, It's not painted, it's vinyl, but you can have it painted as well for an extra cost. And this is the double coach line. You can also get a single line, but this one is the double one, and the color of this is mandarin. I checked it on the configurator, and the interior color is mandarin as well. As you can see, it is color matched to the key over here. Then as we come to the side, I wanted to show you the side profile, which is really nice. And Rolls-Royce say it is their marketing term that this is the first 3-box SUV design. So the first box is ends till over here, so like this section. Then the second box is from here till this part over here, just before that side. So that's like your second box, this area. And the third box is right over there. So that is like what they're calling 3-box design. It's okay, that's their marketing term, but still I do like the side profile of the Cullinan a lot, and it does look really good. Okay, so now let's take a look at the wheels or the rims. This particular model has 22-inch rims, but as standard when you buy the Cullinan you get 21-inch rims. You do have quite a lot of 22-inch rim options. This particular model has this design. You can obviously do a lot of customization to the rims itself. You can add a pinstriping, you can change the color of the center hubcaps, you can do all sorts of stuff. And in the center you can see the Rolls-Royce logo is upright because it has that weighted ball bearing inside, so it always keeps the logo upright. And currently I can't show you the disc brakes or the brake calipers, but the logo on that is upright as well, so I do like the attention to detail a lot. And let's talk about the size of this wheels or the tires. So the Cullinan is sitting on a 255 section tire, and it has a 45 series sidewall, and again the 22-inch rim. And you do have pretty large disc brakes at the front over here, and I think these are 6-piston calipers, I'm not sure though. Then behind over here you can see the suspension, and being a Rolls-Royce it comes as standard with your air suspension with self-leveling, and it also has anti-roll bars to keep the car stable in corners. Then we have the Rolls-Royce badge along with your side indicators. This is your side mirrors along with your blind spot assist, and also it helps in the 360-degree camera view. And the side mirror design is very similar to the one which you get on most other Rolls-Royces as well. Then you can see the window line that goes all the way around the car, and I do like the design, but if you want you can black it out along with the grill slats that I showed you. You can black it out if you want, but I think chrome does suit the Cullinan a lot. But if you go for the black badge model, I forgot to tell you that the Cullinan has 2 models itself, the standard one and the black badge. The black badge is supposed to be a bit more sportier than the standard one. It has a bit more power, different suspension tuning, and a sportier exhaust. And most of the elements that you see in chrome are blacked out in the black badge. Then you have your door handles in chrome. The only thing I don't like is this key slot over here. I think Rolls-Royce could have done something to hide it. It just looks a bit ugly when you take the whole thing into account. Then down below you do have a lot more chrome, and you have black cladding down at the bottom. Then moving over here we come to the rear wheel, and the rear wheel is wider than the front. So it is sitting on a 285 section tire, and it has a 40 series sidewall and the same 22-inch rim. And again you do have pretty big disc brakes at the back as well. Then moving on to the rear, you can see we have a good looking rear spoiler, and this part over here is the third box which I was talking about in the side profile, that Rolls-Royce have that 3-box design, and that's like the third box. Then we come to the rear, and I do like the rear profile of the Cullinan a lot more than the front. I do like the design of it. Let's talk about some of the things over here. So you can see we have the rear window, and I think the rear wiper is hidden inside. So again, just to keep this part clean, you have a Rolls-Royce badge, a chrome strip along with your rear camera. Then moving to the side, these are your tail lights, which look really good, and currently I have the indicators on just to show them to you. And inside you have the RR logo as well, and when the indicators are not on they look like this. So just nice, clean and simple. Then moving down you have another chrome strip, and then you have black cladding down at the bottom. No fake diffuser, just clean design. And that's your exhaust. So you have a chrome surround, but the actual exhausts are inside. So you have quad exhaust on the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, 2 on each side. And I think with that I come to the end of the exterior walk around. But now let's take a look at the boot space that we get on the Cullinan. And to open the boot you do have quite a few buttons. You have one in the interior, you have one right underneath the Rolls-Royce logo, or you can open it via your key fob. So you see this square button over here, you can just hold it and your boot opens up. It's obviously an electrically operated boot, and you can see it's a split style tailgate, so pretty nice. As standard, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan has 560 liters of space, that is like 19.8 cubic feet, and if you have the standard bench seating option, you can fold them down, and that will give you 1931 liters of space, or 68.2 cubic feet. So that is pretty impressive and to be expected as well, because this is such a large car. But this particular model is a bit different, and I'll just show you why. So as you can see over here, we have the glass screen, and that is an optional extra though, but that is like if someone is sitting in the rear seats and someone is loading or unloading your luggage and it is cold or hot outside, and you open the tailgate, so the cold air or the hot air won't bother the passenger sitting in the rear seats, so it's just there to protect them from that. And then you can see this particular boot is not like very low down and flat. It has this extra stuff over here. And what is that? I'll just show you. So you have this arrow buttons right over here. I hope you can see that, and when you press that, you have to keep pressing it, by the way. So then the whole viewing suite comes out. This is an optional extra, by the way. If you want, you can get it. If not, then you'll have a fully flat boot floor. And here you can see in the center, this part is a table. You can just pull them out like this. Then you have your table, and here you have your seats. Again, it is matched to the leather in the interior, which is obviously to be expected from a Rolls-Royce. And then on the seats, I hope you can just see it, you have the Rolls-Royce logo embossed in it as well. And let me just try sitting on it. So it is pretty comfortable, and if you want, you can just sit, have a nice drink kept right beside you, and two people can sit really comfortably over here. So that is pretty nice. So let's just close this back down. And to close it back down, again you have the electric operation. You just press this arrow over here, and the seats fold and tuck themselves inside. It does take quite a bit of time, but there we go. And you can see it is lined with leather. You have your Cullinan name written right over here, and the carpet over here is nice and soft. You have this thing over here. I don't know what that is, but you have that, and you do have some storage space around the side. These are actually all the lamb's wool carpet that you get on the interior, but currently, since this car is sitting inside the showroom and they don't want to like spoil the carpets, that's why they have kept it like this. You can see the privacy cover over here is pretty nice and high quality, and it is in leather as well, and you do have LED lighting and all that stuff. So I think that's all there is to show in the boot, and now let's move on to the engine bay. Alright guys, so here it is, the engine bay of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. Sorry, it is a bit dirty because the car just came in from the outside, so that's why all the dust has collected over here. So like all Rolls-Royces, you have the 6 3/4 liter V12 or 6.75 liter V12, and it is a twin turbocharged engine, and it produces 570 horsepower and 850 Newton meters of torque, which is like 627 pound-feet. But if you go with the black badge version of the Cullinan, it has a bit more power than this one, and that produces 600 horsepower and 900 Newton meters of torque, which is 664 pound-feet. Not much, but just enough to give it a bit of a boost in acceleration for the black badge. And it is attached to an 8-speed ZF gearbox, which is a pretty nice smooth shifting gearbox, and it is the first all-wheel drive Rolls-Royce. Both the Phantom and the Ghost are rear-wheel drive. The Cullinan is the only one with all-wheel drive. So because of all the stuff like the sound deadening and the amount of metal and materials used in the Cullinan, it is pretty heavy. It comes in at 2,660 kilos. That's the curb weight. That is around 5,864 pounds. So it is pretty heavy, but this being a powerful V12, it pushes the Cullinan from 0 to 100 in just 5 seconds. The black badge is a bit quicker, like I think it's like 4.6 seconds, something like that. And you have top speed limited to 250 kilometers per hour or 155 miles per hour. So don't expect the Cullinan to be a top speed king like the Bentley Bentayga. It is not meant for that. It is meant to be driven as calmly as possible, with the 570 horsepower there to help you travel in a fast and calm manner when you're on the highways. So it's not built for top speed records or acceleration records. Rolls-Royce don't do do that. So now that we're done with the engine bay, let's move on to the interior. Okay, so before we move on to the interior, I wanted to say that if you're enjoying the video so far, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well, and do hit that bell icon so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload later videos. And now let's move on to the interior. So before heading inside, I wanted to show you the fuel economy, and it's to be expected from a large V12 like this. It is 7.8 kilometers per liter. I'll convert it into MPG for you guys. It is very poor, but that's to be expected. This is a very heavy car and it has a very powerful, huge engine as well. So that is something you will have to expect from the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And I don't think the person who buys the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, it will matter to him that the fuel economy is so poor. He can just have it filled. The only problem he will have is that he will have to constantly stop at fuel stations to fill up the fuel tank, but that's the only thing. So now let's head inside to the interior, and you obviously have keyless entry and go, so you can just keep your hand behind the door handles and the car will unlock for you. And that reveals the interior. You can see we have a lot of orange or mandarin color over here. This particular interior is filled with that color, but I think it's good. This just shows you how much customization you can do with a Rolls-Royce, and that is pretty impressive. But now let's talk about the door trim, and you can see you have a lot of leather wood going on over here. But let's start up top. So here you can see we have the stainless steel right near the windowsill, and it is of pretty high quality. Then here we have the black leather, which is nice and soft as expected from Rolls-Royce. And down below we come to the mandarin color leather, which is again really nice and soft. Then we have the metallic door handles, and this particular Cullinan has this Rolls-Royce bespoke audio. As standard you get a normal Rolls-Royce audio, but if you want a higher quality sound, then you can go for this bespoke audio, and I recommend it only for someone like who is an audiophile and loves listening to music. Otherwise the standard speaker system is really good. Then moving on to the armrest, we have again nice and soft black leather. Then here we have piano black, which houses your window controls, your side mirror controls, which obviously they are foldable. And then you have a really nice metallic joystick to control the mirrors inside and adjust them as accurately as possible. And then this is the button that I told you for opening the tailgate, but you can also close the tailgate by pushing it inside. If you pull it up, it will open the tailgate, but if you push it down, it will close the tailgate. Then below the armrest, you can see we have a nice open pore wood design, and I love open pore wood because it just feels really nice and you can feel the texture of the wood as well. Then you have memory seating controls, and I don't know what this is for. It looks like a button to control that passenger side seat, but this particular model does not have massaging seats in the front, and I think you should opt for it because it is a pretty nice feature to have, and you have 8 different styles of massages, and from what I've heard, it is one of the best massaging systems on a luxury car, so you should definitely opt for it. Then down below you have more black leather and mandarin leather along with your contrast stitching right over here, which looks really good, and you have a decent sized door bin. Then this particular model does not have any sill plates or like any name on the sill plates, but if you want, you can get an illuminated sill plate that says Cullinan, or you can get a standard sill plate which is not illuminated and it also says Cullinan. And then these are your seats, so in mandarin leather with your Rolls-Royce logo, and you have black piping all around. You do have quite a few interior color options as well, and you also have the option of choosing how you want the color to be distributed among the seats. You can have the middle side in color, then the surrounding in black, or you can have this in black and the surrounding in color. You have lots of options, and you do have quite a bit of controls. So you have your controls for your thigh rest as well, and you have your lumbar adjustment and all the standard controls as well. Then here you have your parking brake, and down below you have your latch to open your hood, and these are your pedals. Then right over here you have your active 360-degree safety system button, start stop button, and all your light controls, and your button to check out the night vision as well. Now that we're done with the door trim, let's take a seat inside and I'll show you around the interior. Okay guys, so I'm in the interior of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and to close the door you don't need to reach out and close the door. You can just press this button over here, and you can see the door closes automatically. You have a second button right over here which you can use to close the door for the passenger side. And now let's start up the car. So you put your foot on the brake and you press the start stop button right over here, and the car starts up. Okay, so now let's talk about the interior of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and I don't think this is something I should talk about. The quality of the interior is really nice. The leather up top and bottom over here is really nice and soft, and you can see this is the older style of the Rolls-Royce dashboard. The newer style that you get on the Ghost and the Phantom is a bit different. You have the gallery system over there with the screen that is hidden inside the gallery, and I think that design looks a lot better. Most probably they'll introduce it into the Cullinan when they update it for the second generation, so fingers crossed for that. Overall, the design looks really nice and clean. You have this nice high quality watch right over here, but I don't like the position at which they have kept the clock. I hope they had kept it right over here somewhere, like this section, because you see, if you're sitting over here, you have to constantly look over there and you can't even see the time properly. So that is something Rolls-Royce should have done, or put it over here, but it's okay because you do have a digital clock in the gauge cluster as well. Then let's talk about the material right over here, and it is some sort of textured leather, which is really nice and soft. You have that over here as well, and around the AC vents all around, and that is really nice. And then over here you do have that same open pore wood that was on the door, and it is really nice and soft. I do like what they have done over here in the center console, like they have matched it into a triangle in the middle, and that is really nice attention to detail. Then you have this particular model has wood on the steering wheel as well, that same open pore wood. As standard you have piano black, but this one has the wood on the steering wheel, which I think is really nice. Then the steering wheel itself is really nice and light. Currently I have the car turned on, so you can easily turn the car or drive the car with just 2 fingers, so it is really nice. Then on the steering wheel itself you have your cruise control settings, and this side you have your volume control and your button to control the information on the gauge cluster, and you have a voice assistant button as well. Then we come to the gauge cluster itself, so let me just zoom in for you guys. So the gauge cluster is digital, but you can see they have it fixed into the instrument binnacles like this, so it seems that it is like a traditional gauge, but it is digital. And instead of the rev counter you have the power reserve. So currently I'm not using, like I'm not driving, it's standing still, that's why we have the power reserve at 100. But if you put your foot on the accelerator to go fast, the needle will come to 0, so that means you're using all of the power. Then you have your fuel gauge, your temperature gauge, and basic speedometer and stuff. Then we move on to the center screen. So it looks like we have a 12-inch system, and this is based off the BMW iDrive. It's a 12-inch screen. It uses an older version of the iDrive, but it has the theme matched to Rolls-Royce themselves. And to control it, you have your iDrive controller right here, or basically a Rolls-Royce controller with your Spirit of Ecstasy on it. But anybody who has used an iDrive controller pretty much knows how this works. And you can see in my vehicle, the vehicle shown is a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, so nice attention to detail. And you do have quite a few options. We go into my vehicle, you have vehicle settings, lights, door key, system settings, all that stuff. I have basically explained this system in a lot more detail in my Rolls-Royce Phantom video. If you want to take a look at that, I'll just link up the video right over here and you can watch it. And moving down, we have these radio controls or shortcut keys, which are touch sensitive, like you can see, and one is already set to the 8-1 is set to lower the Spirit of Ecstasy. So as I press the 8 button over here, you can see it will tug the Spirit of Ecstasy inside, and if I press it again, that will bring it out. So pretty nice. Then moving down, you have some more like radio control buttons. Then over here we have the AC vents, which are really high quality and metal. You have your organ stops, and they are really nicely damped. Then here you have your volume control, which is covered in leather. You have your hazard buttons, central locking, the same stuff over here. Then moving down, we have the climate control. So currently you can see I have it set to soft. So you have soft, medium, high, max. And this is how you control the temperature. So you can just move it or you can just slide it across, and based on how you feel, you can adjust it accordingly. Then this has heated seats, ventilated seats, it has a heated steering wheel, and the same for the passenger as well. Then we have some more climate control buttons. Then moving down, we have the cup holders, a decent size, and if you want to close them, you can just press it like that, and it has the same nice wood pattern on it. Then moving down over here, we have the parking button. You press that. Then here we have the parking camera. So currently we can, if you want, you can shift it to many different views, and this one currently I am opening the 360-degree camera view, and you can see it is a really nice high quality image, and you can easily judge where you want to keep the car. Pretty good. Then here we have the button to adjust your suspension, and this is again for your camera. Then you have your iDrive controller, and then these two buttons you only get on the Cullinan, you don't get it on the Phantom or the Ghost. So you have an off-road button and a hill descent control. Then downside, then over here below it, you have another small storage space, and it is lined with felt, so you can keep your key and stuff over there. and just hit it again, and you have the same wood pattern on it. Then let's take a look at the armrest, which is nice and soft, and you have a decent amount of storage inside, and I think you have you do have USB ports inside as well. Then let's take a look at the glove box. So the glove box is nice sized, and you do have a good amount of space inside as well. But unlike the Phantom, you don't have a second glove box hidden right over here. You only have one glove box over here. Then moving up, we have the frameless mirror, and then moving up top, you have the nice diffused lighting, which is obviously LED, but I do like the way they have made it. Like, it's like soft lighting. Then since this particular Rolls-Royce Cullinan does not have the sunroof or the panoramic sunroof, this one has the Starlight headliner, which I think you should go for in a Rolls-Royce. You should not go for the sunroof because this is a very unique feature and you only get it on Rolls-Royces. And then these are the buttons to turn off the Starlight headliner and to control the brightness of the Starlight. Then here's your sun visor along with your vanity mirror and light, and these are your grab handles, so they are metal and soft leather as well. And now let's talk about the headroom. So as you can see, I have a good amount of headroom in the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and it's to be expected. Is a big SUV, and in terms of the seating as well, I have a good amount of like overall space for my body. I am 6'4" or 195 centimeters, and I do have a large body size, but I'm pretty comfortable in these seats. And even if you're average size or a tall guy, you will be very comfortable in the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And now let's take a seat in the back and I'll show you the features over there. So to get into the rear seats, you have your door handle right over here, and you open it the opposite way. So these are called coach doors, so that's why they open the opposite way, and it obviously helps the passenger to get in and out of the SUV in an easier way. Then we come to the door trim, similar to the one in the front. You have your speaker grills, your door handle, your piano black, along with your window switches. The leather is nice and high quality. And then you have the same wood pattern right over here, and then the seats in the back have the massaging seat function right over here, and you can control the types of massage from the screen inside. I'll just show it to you later on. Then you have a decent amount of door storage along with the USB-C and the same leather materials over here. Then this particular model, again, the sill plates are aluminum, but no names on it. If you want, you can get it obviously. Then here's how the rear seats look. You have a nice soft pillow on it, but again the same color and the way it is on the front. And since this one, like I told you, does not have the lounge seating or the bench seating, this one has the opulence pack, which gives you a fixed armrest and reclinable rear seats as well. And that's basically it. So let's take a seat inside and I'll show you the features over there. Okay, so I am in the back seats of the Cullinan, and since the door is open, you can close it via the button over here. Just press that and the door will automatically close for you. So again, pretty nice. And you do have some more buttons over here, and they are to control your volume. So I'm in the rear seats of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, and I do have quite a good amount of knee room. And I'll just show you the headroom. And as you can see, I have a good amount of headroom as well. Since this is a tall SUV, the headroom all around is really nice, and the pillows right on the headrest are really nice and soft, and I feel like I'll just go to sleep if I stay here any longer. So let me just talk about the features around the cabin for you guys. In terms of the space, if you're average height or a tall person, you will be fine. The only thing is that since I'm a tall person at 6'4", I do have an okay amount of headroom. But if you had something like an extended wheelbase Phantom, you do have a lot more knee room in that. But this is fine even if you're pretty tall. I have set the front seat according to someone of average height, and it's an okay amount of knee room. But if there was someone as tall as me who sat in the front seats, then the knee room might be reduced because he'll obviously push the seat back. But that's a minor thing. Maybe if Rolls-Royce introduces an extended wheelbase version of the Cullinan, then I think that will be a pretty big hit as well. So I hope Rolls-Royce does that. Then some of the features. Up top you have the cabin lighting, the same as in the front. You have the diffused lighting, and then you have the Starlight headliner coming all the way over here with your brightness controls here as well. Then down below over here we have the AC vents along with the temperature controls, heated seats, ventilated seats, and you have an headphone jack as well, and it looks like a CD player as well. Then on this side you can see we have some more smaller AC vents, and on this side as well you have a small armrest. It's useless for me because my hand is pretty high. Then we come to the central armrest. So again, nice and soft. The leather is really nice. The wood is really nice. You press this, you have the iDrive controller. I'll show you why you have that. Then let's take a look at the storage. You have a decent amount of storage, and it looks like you do have some cup holders inside as well, and some more storage over here. That was the armrest, but right over here we have some more cup holders, and if you pull this part, you can see we have the placeholder for the champagne glasses, because this particular model does have a fridge, and you can open it this way. I'll just show it to you. So you can store a pretty nice big bottle of water, and you'll have the glasses kept over here, so pretty nice. And you also have 2-stage cooling, so that is the feature that you get if you go with the opulence pack and you get the fixed armrest. And right on this side, I hope you can see, we have the seat controls as well. Then the other feature that you have here in the back is the table or the picnic tables. You press the button over there and you can see the table opens up. You have nice open pore wood finish, and it is a nice sturdy table as well. But if you press the button over here, then you have your television screen that comes up, and you can obviously control it via the iDrive controller, or I think this is touch control as well. So you have a lot of stuff. You can obviously do the massage from here as well. So let me see if I can find the massage button. There we go. So you can see we have different styles of massage, and you can obviously do whatever you want, and it's basically the same system as in the front. But what you can do is if you want to, you can input a destination where you want to go, and that will automatically be displayed over there if someone is driving for you. So that's all the features I think I can show in the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And to close this, you can obviously just press this one button over here, and the seat goes inside, and then the table will fold up as well. So I think that's all there is to show in the Rolls-Royce Cullinan. And what do I think about it? Obviously it does not have a competitor in its class, because it is quite a bit more expensive than the Bentley Bentayga as well. But I think the new Bentley Bentayga long wheelbase might be a kind of competitor to the Rolls-Royce Cullinan, but I think it will be very tough to beat this thing, because the amount of luxury, the attention to detail, all that stuff is really good, and these seats are so comfortable. I just don't want to get out of this car. And currently I have the massaging on as well, so it is massaging my back really nicely. Again, that is another reason why I don't want to get out of this car. But overall, it is a really nice car. You'll be really comfortable whether you're in the driving seat or the rear seats as well. And in terms of driving dynamics, obviously I couldn't get to drive it. It's a customer car, that's why it is kept inside the showroom. But from what I've read about it and watched the reviews of it, the driving dynamics is as expected from a Rolls-Royce. It is a bit firmer than the Rolls-Royce Phantom, but that's to be expected. They have done that because it has a higher riding position and it has a heavier body, so they have to keep it a bit stiffer, so that it doesn't bounce around a lot. So that is the only thing, but overall it is a really nice SUV, and if you can buy it, just go ahead and buy it. So that's all I had to say. And if you enjoyed the video, guys, do leave a like and do subscribe to the channel as well. Do turn on your notifications so that you'll be the first ones to know when I upload new videos. And thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye bye.